everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. This is Katie. I'm your host. I'm so happy to be here. If you are listening live, it is the 4th of January at about 11 a.m. Pacific time. If you're listening to an archive or a replay, I also want to welcome you to the show. We made it. I guess it's 2022. How's everyone doing? I would love to hear from you. Come and chat with me. Of course, you can find me over in the chat room by heading over to 12radio.com. Click on the chat button and you'll be redirected into the Facebook chat. But you can also connect with me through the live stream. I am live streaming via YouTube and Facebook. That's Katie Weaver, Domestic Mystic, in either place. So you can come and watch if you'd rather. It's up to you. I'm just excited to be here. We had a whole week off of radio, because of the holiday, and it just always feels weird to me to not be here. What was I doing last Tuesday? Nothing. Probably lots of things, but it just feels weird to not be here with you guys. So I want to say hi to Jane, Kylie, Deb, Brooke, Renee, little Tot. Hello, pal. Oh, let me jump in the other chat. Tiffany, so happy to be here with you guys. Sid, Denise. Let's see. Yes. Well, I hope that you all are well. So, we have so much to talk about today, so much going on. So, where do we start? We'll start with fun stuff. So, I wanted to show you something that Scott made for me on his 3D printer because you'll just like this. I can show you without dropping it on the floor. I should have taken a picture for the chat room. I will do that. Oh, I don't know. Maybe the light's too bright to show. Let me try adjusting the light on this. Or just turning it off, maybe. It's a light, and it's dragonflies around the outside of it. It's like a glowing sphere, essentially. Yeah, my ring light is wreaking havoc on it, so I guess probably I'm not going to be able to give you a good showing of it. So I'll take a picture, though, for the chat room. But anyway, it's so cool. So I came with show and tell, but my show and tell sucked. Dang it. Technology. It's okay. I'm going to take a quick picture for the chat room so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But basically, it's just this cool lamp that has cool lights inside of it, and it's pretty neat. The thing I like about it is that it's dragonflies, and dragonflies are something that, I've always considered to be maybe one of my totems or spirit animals, or I don't know how to quantify that. We've talked about spirit animals for years, and some people feel like that's a kind of a disrespectful thing if you're not if you're not Native American, and I would never want to be accused of being gross about somebody else's culture, somebody else's religion. But you guys know that animals are a huge part of my path and always have been. So I don't know what to say about that. It's a weird place to stand, I guess. But at any rate, well, how weird. Okay, I don't know. I for some reason can't seem to connect with. Oh, that's why. The chat room. All right, come on. Sorry, you guys. I guess I'm a hot mess. I didn't think I was, but apparently I am. Oh, Tiffany had a pretty toxic holiday, huh? I'm sorry. I'll tell you what. The holidays are bad for that. Not for everybody, but I know a lot of you guys put up with a lot over the holidays. And we are going to do some group clearing work today. But yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. Hey, Norella, I'm so glad you did love your reading. Yeah, so it's time yet again for 12-month readings. Now, I'm going to say A couple of you got in under the wire. I was planning on changing them up a little bit this year, and a couple of you got yours built before I had a chance to do it, which is fine. But you are going to see me put them out this year in a little bit different way. So if you're wondering why, that's why I was slow and you guys were fast. I'm just a hot mess. No, I wanted to change some things this year. So I'll tell you all about it. There you go. That's a better picture. Okay. Anyway, and he's working on some fun stuff for Etsy too, but they're not quite done yet, so I decided to wait and not show it to you till next week. But well, anyway, okay. Yeah. Oh, yes. Hi, Kylie. Yeah. Our beloved Terry, she loved dragonflies. Yes, we shared that. She and I. Oh, Trish, honey, I didn't make it. Scott did on his 3D printer. So, I mean, he made it, but it we shouldn't get more credit than we deserve. Not that hard, really, just having the equipment. Ooh, Norella. Ooh, that's a gorgeous dragonfly. Wow. I've loved dragonflies for so long. My first tattoo was a dragonfly. It was when I wanted to get a tattoo, that was the first thing that stuck out to me is that it should be a dragonfly because dragonflies have just been a part of my path forever. Okay. Let's get into luminous because I think that'll take us down the right path of lots of things I wanted to talk about today. Before we do that, though, I want to share a little miracle with you because one of you guys did this for me. I just don't know who. But a few days ago, well, more than a few days ago, last week, I received a book in the mail. It was from a used bookstore in Texas, and it is Kathleen Peterson's book. And when I told you guys that Kathleen had passed, I also had said that I have lost my copy of her book and that I was really sad about that because I didn't feel like I'd ever be able to get another one. And one of you, geniuses and dear hearts, went and found it in a used bookstore and shipped it to me. And I do hope that you know how much I truly appreciate that. That touched my heart immensely. So, whoever did send me that, thank you so very much. I've decided to use her book as a way to kind of give Kathleen a voice and also for us to be able to continue to tap into her wisdom and the wisdom of all of her light beings. And so, this whole year, every week, we are going to use her book in a sense of bibliomancy, which is what it was meant for, and flip to whatever message she wants us to have this week, and we'll read the chapter. The chapters are like 2 pages long, so no big deal. But at any rate, I'm really, really excited for that. I also used this in the 12-month readings that I've already done this year, and we did a chapter, and that was awesome. And the messages were so perfectly in sync with the readings that the 12 months that we'd already pulled. It was amazing. So, anyway, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. And we're doing this. It's going to be awesome. I'm so excited for this whole year being able to offer that. All right. Well, let's take a look at the magazine. As you know, I do publish a magazine every week with some help from my friends. And you guys can find it if you just head over to katie-weaver.com. You may have already had it emailed to you this week anyway, or you might be here in the chat room. You can see it here. There's lots of ways to connect, of course. All right. So, of course, I had to do a frosty cover. Boy, we are getting winter. Schools all around us closed this morning because of snowing, blowing, and drifting snow. It's really not bad here, but apparently around us it's been terrible. But we've kind of had the whole gamut. Lots of snow, lots of blizzard-like conditions. It stormed for 5 days in a row last week. It was crazy. Really iffy roads on Christmas and on New Year's. But thank God he's a driving master, so I never have to worry. Uh, though I won't drive on it. But Scott will. So all was well. But yeah, it's been pretty wintry here. So of course I had to have a wintry cover, and the art this month has been all updated to snowflakes. All righty. Oh my gosh. Yes, last week our hot water heater started to struggle. Like it started to struggle earlier in the week, and we had a couple of days where we didn't have hot water. And then we thought we had it fixed, and then we didn't. And finally, on New Year's Day, it completely went kaput. And I, Scott discovered it's been leaking for quite a while. It had completely destroyed the flooring underneath it. So not only did we have to pull and replace the water heater, but we had to replace all of the flooring underneath it and a bunch of the elements and just all the things. And it was really cold, like sub-zero that day. And so we had to turn our water off to the whole house in order to fix the hot water heater. It took 12 hours. And luckily, thank God, he got it done about 10:30 at night, and we were able to turn our water back on. I was so afraid that we were going to end up going overnight with the water off, and that could have easily frozen our pipes and caused a way bigger disaster. So, anyway, Scott to the rescue, of course, and managed to take care of it and get it fixed so that we were okay. But that is how we started the new year. I'm looking at it as a message of resiliency, right? Like, we're okay. Everything's fine. And, challenges occur, but nothing that we can't handle and master. So, we anyway, grateful for grateful for hot showers. I'll tell you that. All right. So, I called the magazine this week. It's all in the attitude. There's a real uh, temptation this week to have a bad attitude. And we all do it. We all kind of fall into places of attitude that might not behoove you, not serve you. We all do it. And yet I feel like we're kind of in a place where we really need to be mindful. And I'm not telling you not to feel your feelings. Please don't get me wrong. I believe that everyone should be able to feel their feelings. But in this instance, I think with the energy of this week, we should be a little mindful that a shitty attitude doesn't derail you to the point of hurting relationships or your job or just, scaring away good things in your life. That's the last thing anybody wants to see, right? So, all right. So, I wanted to read to you this poem about attitude by Charles Swindoll. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude, to me, is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than successes, than what other people think, say, or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. I loved that. I agree with that. I believe that. And again, that was written by Charles Swindoll. I agree. And I don't always have a good attitude. I can freely admit that. But it is something that I personally want to always be mindful of and working on and just aware of in my life. So I bring that challenge to you as well. All right. Let's talk about the 12-month reading this year. So, I'm excited to bring it to you guys. I'm going to do it a little bit differently. In the past, the 12-month reading has been a video that I recorded and sent to you so that you'd have it to rewatch at your leisure. And I'm going to do it that way again this year, except that I'm going to invite you aboard. I'm going to do these as a Zoom reading. We will make a video, but I would like for you guys to be present. A little different than I've done it in the past. These readings, for some reason, have become lonely for me and hard for me to get done. And I love doing them, but I decided this year I want to do it with my client present so that we can bring both of our energy to the table to get our very best work out there. So we're going to read from three different decks. Probably what I've done so far, and I'll probably stick with it, is the Psychic Tarot deck, the Gratitude deck from Angela Hartfield, and the Denise Lynn Gateway Oracle deck. And we'll read a chapter, we'll look for a light being and read a chapter out of Kathleen's book. So that's what the 12-month reading is going to look like this year. Again, a couple of you guys snuck under the wire before I had a chance to change it and rework it. That's okay too. But this is moving forward how we're going to do them this year. So all you'll have to do, it's an email reading again. So all you have to do is purchase it. And then I'll reach out to you and we'll pick a time that works for both of us. I will send you a Zoom link and we'll meet face to face on Zoom and do your reading together. So that's how it's going to work. And I'm excited. These I think will be really fun. I'm excited to try doing them a little bit differently this year and see what we think. Okay. Over on Planet Meditation. So I've talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to make sure that I share it again. Scott and I have started a new meditation channel over on YouTube. I am way excited about it. I've been putting quite a bit of work into it and creating some beautiful things. And most of mine are about 15 minutes long because we have discussed this lots of times. I think that 15 minutes a day of meditation is adequate. And if you want to go more than that, that's fine. But 15 minutes is enough to help boost your intuition, help to calm your spirit, help to bring you the benefits that you need. And so most of the meditations I'm creating, lots of binaural beats, lots of solfeggio tones, and lots of 15-minute-ish meditations, sometimes a little longer, sometimes a little shorter, but right in that zone. And sometimes lots longer if you want like sleep meditation stuff. We're doing some of those too. But I did share some of my favorites from this last week: a throat chakra meditation, whale magic, turtle magic, and a volcano clearing that is really cool. So if you would follow that channel, I would appreciate it very much. And just go take a look and see what you'd think. We are putting new meditations up every single day. So I'm loving it. I'm having so much fun with it. All righty. Let's take a look at bitch scopes. So Kelly says 2022 is going to grab us hard. Here we go. Let's see what she says about today. Oh, let's see. We don't have anything for the 4th. That's okay. Let's read a scope. Let's see. How about Libra? If you've lost faith in something, it probably wasn't the right receptacle for your faith in the first place. Don't let this make you jaded about this particular thing. Retreat to your sanctuary, which is likely home. A sibling or a short trip might help you regroup as well. You may have some brilliant insights this week. Write them down as they occur to you. Nice. Love it. All right. So be sure and check out your scopes. They're always awesome. I also wanted to tell you guys that Christy and I had Kelly as a guest over on the Psychic Hour last week. She was our special guest. She was our guest astrologer. So she came and did the astrology of one of the big cases that we're covering, the Chad Daybell, Lori Vallow Alex Cox matter. And so she looked at the astrology of all three of them. They are all three accused of multiple murders. And it was so interesting and fun because y'all know that Kelly is just fun and amazing. And we had a blast. So, sharing a link in the chat rooms, but you can find that over on YouTube uh, with True Crime Paranormal if you want to see it. It was a very fun show. And man, did she nail those guys. Wow. It was pretty awesome. Okay. The tip of the week. All right. This is just a little template to manifesting your 2022 goals. Not so much like resolutions, because resolutions just are dumb. Well, I mean, if you like them, that's fine. They just, for me, resolutions have always been a quick failure. I like goals because you can set some short term goals, some long term goals, and it's just a little bit more hopefully attainable. So, here's a little short form to manifesting 2022 goals. I want to be, I want to start, I want to stop, I want to learn, I want to have. If all you did was think about those 5 questions and choose one of those things for each of those categories to think about as you are moving forward in 2022, you just might be surprised at the kind of changes you can make in your life. So it's food for thought. Who do you want to be this year? What would you like to start doing? What would you like to stop doing? What would you like to learn? And what would you like to have? All righty. The reading from Christy this week is the Solitude card, and you can watch that little video there. Pardon me for a message from her. Our Magic Monday message from Melissa is Happy New Year, of course, with lots of lovely things. And then, of course, over at True Crime Paranormal, we are already going strong. We're starting season 3, which is pretty wild. And we've made a couple of changes that we're really excited about, adding a little more content to every show. We've created a bunch of new categories for some mini readings. Yeah, Norella, that is our meditation channel. Little mini readings that are mini stories to go along with our big main cases every year, which is pretty cool. And so some of those are racial injustice. Oh, Idaho, DNA for the win, weird crime time, spooky crime, and spotlight on missing people. So besides our main case, we'll do 2 sub cases every, or mini cases every week, every show as well. So it's kind of like a true crime variety show. Yeah, I'm loving it. Okay, Anita brings us the goddess Athena. And then, of course, Jamie Dawn has some really good videos this week as well. So be sure you check out what she has to offer. And that is it. That's Luminous for the week. So thanks, you guys, for always following and supporting. I appreciate you guys very much. And there you go. Okay. Can I post those questions? It's a postcard, so you'll have to just find it in Luminous. I could post it on my Facebook page after the show, actually. I could just post the postcard if that would be helpful, or I could just do it right now. I can multitask. What are you talking about? I am a mother, for God's sakes. Oh, no, I can't. I'll do it later, Trish, I promise. I flew too close to the sun. Thought I could do more than I can do. This is kind of a regular thing for me. It's okay. It's what it is. All righty. Jennifer, thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you are back home. You guys heard about those scary fires in Colorado, and our dear Jennifer Dove was put out of house because of that with her kid and her dog, and they had some pretty scary moments, and thank God are back home now. That's a lot of scary stuff. Yeah. So glad you guys are okay. What and poor Colorado right now, like what the hell? They had that terrible shooting in Denver. And then there is a case where a mother ran both of her teenage kids down in a parking lot and stabbed them to death. And that fire. What is happening in Colorado? I blame Lauren Boebert, but that's just me. Brooke's husband wants her to chill on true crime. He's worried she might get ideas. That's funny. Maybe you will. He better just watch his damn step. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Well, I think this would be a good time for us to start our brand new segment. And this is, of course, what do we call this, you guys? Should we call it Messages from Kathleen? Is that too bold? Is that okay? What do you think? Is that too much? Is Colorado 2022's Idaho? Maybe. I had just heard the Idaho is the Florida of the West. Oh, that's funny. Maybe it is. I don't know. Poor Colorado. They're just really getting their asses kicked right now. I do feel for you guys. But again, Idaho. Like, yeah, we have a whole lot of well, crazy shit that goes on down here all the time. So, I mean, we currently have a sheriff who pulled a gun on a church group, held a gun in the face of a bunch of teenagers and screamed at them that he was going to shoot them, pulled their church leader out of her car by her hair and held her on the hood with a gun to her head, screaming at her because they put a gratitude note on his front door for his wife, and that apparently was not okay with him. And he hasn't even been removed from his position. No, he's been put on leave because he finally got charged after the attorney general got involved. He was just going to go on like nothing, and they were going to let him. But the attorney general got involved. He actually got charged. He said some super racist stuff to the news, and everybody is asking him to resign. And the mayor, the police chief, the governor, the local reservation that is highly offended by the stuff that he said, basically everybody. And he said, no, I was voted in, and if the voters don't want me anymore, they can vote me out. So the problem here is that, he's charged with gun crimes. So he's not allowed to have any guns or access to guns, but he's the sheriff. So, you know, oh, Idaho. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that happened in Blackfoot, Brooke. Yep. People are acting crazy. It's why we really have to pour on as much of our good attitudes and good energy as we can into the world right now because bitches be bonkers, guys. We're seeing a lot of it. Yeah. Okay. How do you find the hours in the day to do all that you do? I don't know, Geraldine. You know what? I do multitask a lot. Yeah, I do. And I don't always do everything, you know? I try. All right. That's it. We are calling it Messages from Kathleen. That's what we're doing. If you guys are okay with that, that's what we're doing. All right. So here we go. So we're going to ask, what does she want us to know this week? All right. Chapter 80, Archangel Raphael. I am here for you anytime you call. I am here to heal physical disease on every level. I heal more than the physical problems. I work in a holistic manner so that we can get to the source of the problem. Know that all you have to do is call on me and I will come. Know also that I will not interfere in your life without your permission. You can call on me and send me to be with others, but unless they give me permission to work with them, I can only be with them and not take an active role in their healing. I say to you When you ask for my help, I will be there for you. I say that when I am involved in healing of any kind, you may put away your doubt and trust that all things will change for your highest good. I want you to know that when I work with you in your healing, you take an active role, but I add my help, which in many instances speeds the healing process. You have a major part to play in any healing that takes place. You are the catalyst, and I am the energy that works in conjunction with you to affect all aspects of your being. I work to heal completely all aspects that affect your disease that you wish to cure. Watch your thoughts in the process of healing. Be aware of where you are placing your focus. Know that the more you can experience the changing patterns in every area of your being, the more involved you are in it. I tell you this not to push you to try, but to be aware of where you are focusing and how you are using your energy. In the healing process, it is vital that you take care of yourself in all ways. Many of you ask for healing and then continue to push yourselves to the limit of your endurance and beyond. An important part of the healing process is to honor yourself. Listen to what your body is telling you. Take the time to acknowledge the pain that you feel or the spot you see are signs to let you know that it is time to care for you. What do I mean when I say you play an important role in your healing? I don't mean that you are to expand extra effort. I mean you are to take time to take care of yourself in all ways. You must allow yourself the time to heal. You must take the time to be. Treating yourself wisely and lovingly at all times will help to prevent serious illness. Listen to your guides as they come to your aid. Trust your intuition as it guides you in the care of your physical, emotional, and spiritual self. Be aware that this is important to always honor your being. It is always important to take care of yourself first so that you will have the energy to care for others. If you do not care for yourself first, you will have nothing left to give to others. You are your first priority, which is as it should be. Know that you are given grace to heal any problem or any disease when you ask for it. Know that by taking care of yourself, you are not acting in a selfish manner, but doing what is for the highest good of all. When you are cared for and healthy, you can provide more for those around you and those who count on you. Again, I offer my help. Know that it is my pleasure to assist you in all ways. Know that when you ask me to assist, I will be here with you throughout and will happily and joyfully help you heal. Trust that you are worthy of my care and know that it is with great love that I am here for you. Open your heart and mind and allow me to do what I do best for you as I do for others. I am present for you in all ways that may help you live with your time on earth in a healthy way. I am honored to serve. Call on me whenever you need me. And again, this was Archangel Raphael. So, and I probably should have made this clear before we started, but Kathleen's book, they were all channeled messages from the light beings that she works with. And so, and there's a lot of them. There's almost 100 chapters in this book. There's a bunch. And these were all channeled messages from that light being through her. So there you go, Archangel Raphael, for this week for our messages from Kathleen segment. Love it. That's perfect. Really good reminders. I think sometimes we forget, well, probably all of that, but we definitely need to remember it. Yeah. Okay. All righty. So moving forward, I did want to do a little singing bowl work. Ooh, am I getting weak? That bowl just seemed inordinately heavy. Uh, uh, What I thought we would do today isn't a specific chakra, but just a basic clearing. Just like Tiffany said, the holidays were pretty toxic for her. I think a lot of you guys have felt very much that way. And so it's important, I think, for us to be able to just let go of anything we aren't really wanting to march into the new year with. So I'm going to play the bowl twice. The first time I play it, I just want you to just close your eyes and breathe and allow the frequency of the singing bowl to just clear out anything that you are carrying that no longer serves you, anything that's in you that you don't want. Okay, so now I'm going to just play the bowl again. This time, I just want you to hold space that the frequency of the singing bowl helps to bring your mind, body, and spirit into perfect balance. Okay, and so it is. Good. This is always a good time to be thinking about what do you want to continue to take with you into 2022 and what don't you? And that could be stuff, right? It could be habits, it could be people, it could be energy, whatever. But I do think that this time during this winter solstice time is a good time to do some considering and maybe some clearing out and working on things. If you're done resting, maybe you're not. It's a weird time between Christmas and New Year's. Like, you don't know what to do with yourself, you know? And plenty of people just still work during that time. I did, of course, but it's still just this weird period where you're not sure if you're coming or going or if you're supposed to eat cake for breakfast or, you know, where you're supposed to be at. And I really like this week starting. It just feels more grounded and normal and kind of gets us back into our regular routine. And I like that. I like that feeling. Maureen said Kathleen's messages were always the spiritual thumps and kicks we needed to hear. This is so true. That kick in the butt. Honestly, Maureen, even as I was reading that message, I thought, oh, this is for Maureen with the adrenal uh, energy or epiphany coming through. Yeah, interesting. This is good. This is good. Okay, I did see a few questions in the chat, so let's get to that. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Must be a year for it. Tara said their pipes backed up before Christmas, right after their dog died. And I'm so sorry about your dog, too, Tara, darn it. And her sister's restaurant flooded on New Year's Day. What's with the water stuff? That's interesting. Lots of watery energy right now. Well, and fiery energy. I mean, I guess the elements are just raging, right? Considering what happened in Colorado. Wow. Interesting. Okay, I wanted to get to Tiffany's comment. I know we already did a little clearing, but uh, we can start here. Tiffany said, if you're able to help me clear my toxic energy from the holidays, I'd be so grateful. My holidays were utterly stolen away by major and serious crises out of my control around my brother, and a separate issue with the sister of my friend who passed. And my poor boyfriend stood by me and lost his holidays as well. Oh, Tiffany, I'm so sorry. Wow. And I wondered how your bunny's doing. I'm hoping well. But let's tune into that. Let's get a little clearing done here for you and for your boyfriend, too. Okay. Yeah. I don't know where this came from, but when I was working on you, the term that came up for me was stable Mabel. Tiffany is stable Mabel. She helps ground the energy. She helps hold everything in place. She helps everybody else to find a place where they can be okay. Okay. All right, stable Mabel. Let's get you cleared out. You've got a lot of little cords up here in your high heart. I'm going to go ahead and pull them because I feel like that's still draining you out and affecting your throat. This is thyroid, I think. Okay. All right. We'll heal those up. Return to sender. Good. And I'll just heal that spot in your aura. Good. Lots of light around you. And I just asked for the same for your boyfriend since he was just as affected. Good. All right. That's a lot better. And if I were you guys, I would just pair out a little bit of time this month to kind of have a little holiday energy for yourselves without anybody else. Hopefully, you already have. But if not, steal a little bit of that time back for you, for the both of you. Okay. Yes, she said she usually loves the holidays, but her brother's alcoholism was all consuming and the most severe it's ever been. I'm so sorry. God, people are so, so triggered right now and out of their element. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, any tips for connecting to pet rats? Tot now has 3. Long story. Actually, rats have pretty cool energy. They are super, super smart. So Tiffany, just sit with, or Brooke, sorry, just sit with them. Uh, are you holding them? You guys handling them, or you're not? Either way. I mean, if you hold them, just hold them in your heart chakra and just breathe with them, and you'll connect to them, no problem. They're easy. Otherwise, just sit next to the cage and connect a cord from your heart chakra, like a silver thread from your heart to their hearts. Their chakras are the same, except for the brachial chakra, which is in between their shoulder blades. They are handling them. Yeah. Honey, just hold them right in your heart chakra. Just breathe with them in your heart, and just make that connection. You guys will be completely fine. Tiffany, how do you find out which chakras are blocked? Oh, there's lots of techniques or ideas, theories out there, but frankly, I think this is more of a one size fits all than most people think. But I'm going to tell you the first thing that jumps out at me when I feel you is your throat. That you are an empath and that you have done a lot of swallowing your own words and never really, well, you do. I feel like, Tiffany, what happens is that you end up having kind of swallowing your own words and your emotions until you have an explosion. And then you probably say things that you didn't even mean to say or want to say. But your throat, I feel like, is one of your biggest challenges. So, with your permission, I'll do some work on that, but I'm not going to do that without your permission. Yeah, she said she has trouble speaking her truth. And then some suggestions. One is writing, journaling. just writing down your thoughts, writing letters to people, whether you send them or not. A lot of times you won't, but at least getting your frustration out of you. I feel like you have to go back. The fourth grade actually comes up for me really strong. That in the fourth grade, this was a time where I feel like you were bullied and picked on a little bit, even by some adults. And you lost a lot of your voice right about that age where you felt like you couldn't say what you needed to, or and you couldn't stand up for yourself, because you would be in trouble. And so that's where a lot of swallowing those words started. And it's where a lot of this is at now. So, all right. So she says, yeah. So I'm going to do a little clearing up in your throat. So I'm going to move through your throat chakra here. And I'm going to pull a big block out of there. I always see him in the throat like a glass ball. So picture like the Wizard of Oz witch's ball, right? That was full of all of the red smoke, but I usually see it as blue. But all of that smoke condensing in there. These are all of the thoughts, the frustration, the anger, the shit, that you never said, that you still don't say, that just keeps swallowed down and getting stuffed in that ball, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger in your throat, and it becomes this vicious circle that it's just making it all worse. So I'm going to pop that out of there. I'm going to get rid of it for you. This is nothing that you still need. This is old stuff. And I'm going to balance up that throat. Good. So you're going to exercise your throat chakra by talking, by singing along to the radio, making noise. It doesn't have to even be to other people, but just by giving lots of giving yourself lots of opportunities to use your voice. It can cause a ton of trouble with your thyroid. Yes, most definitely it can. Yep, she says lots of bullies and trauma. Tiffany, I'm so sorry. You have such a beautiful light around you. You've just always been. You're like a crystal child that was born into this harsh, stupid world. With that. I know that was a lot. But born into this place, right, with a lot of unfairness around you. All right. So that is balanced up. So again, you're going to work on that throat by making noise, talking, singing, turn up the radio and just get loud, writing, just expressing yourself in whatever ways you want. I would really like to see you do a lot of writing down your grievances, right? Writing a little note to people that have harmed you in the past. You don't have to send them. You can burn them, you can flush them, you can do whatever you want, but just getting it out of you, I think, is the most important thing right now. And come back next week or give me a call over at 12listen in a week or so, and let's take a look. Let's check our work and see where we're at and keep getting that throat straightened out. That's going to be a huge key. All right, Kylie. Oh, Brooke says you should always eat cake for breakfast. Well, there you have it. Okay, I'm in. Sid always loses track of what week it is between Christmas and New Year's. I read that the other day. That the week between Christmas and New Year's, I don't know what my name is, where I'm supposed to be going, if I should have clothes on, or what to be doing. I thought it was very true. Kylie would love a message from her grandma. Okay, let's see if Terry can come in. Oh yeah, sweetheart. She's so close. She's been so close. She said Christmas was really bittersweet for everybody. Her too, she said. She said her absence was felt and she knows that. She said she knows that for you particularly, you just were having a hard time letting yourself be happy. She wants you to know that she doesn't begrudge that. She wants you to be happy, to have fun, to laugh, to enjoy yourself. That's not taking anything from her. In fact, that it makes her happy. So don't. She said there's a part of you that's still making yourself feel guilty for going on, and she wants you to know that that's exactly what she wants for you is to go on. Yeah, she said she'll always be a part of your path. She'll always be. Oh, she said your pattern. That's interesting. I changed it to path twice and she keeps saying pattern, so I'm going to let her have it. She said she'll always be a part of your pattern. Oh, babe, she loves you so much. And she said thank you. She says that your thoughtfulness towards her has been noticed and she wants to thank you for that. Oh, what a sweetheart. Okay, Maureen found out her adrenals need an overhaul. Yeah. I'm not surprised. I know you're not surprised. You've had so much stress. That's stress loves to burn up your adrenals, right? So no big surprise there, but I'm glad that you know it and you have a path forward. Such a big focus on health for you this year, and I think it's just so positive. There's no big like kick in the face coming. It's just a bunch of hey, while you were ignoring us, this is what we were doing over here in the corner. You know. You know, like when the toddlers get too quiet, or the pigs for that matter. Some bullshit's going down. Well, your body's been doing that. Okay, this card fell out. Maureen, it's the temptation card. And I feel like this comes up for you because there is a temptation here to panic, a temptation to go into, a mode here that's not going to help you. So let's not. Let's really just use this information as a way to format a new blueprint for self care moving forward without letting it. The temptation, I think, is to kind of fall into a place of resentment because you are in this adrenal place because of what life has brought you the past 5 or 10 years. And I think that, it would be easy to get a little resentful and angry about it. But on your part, I feel like that's not going to help you. So let's resist the temptation. Just see it as it is what it is. This is what life has brought. And now we can just get to a place where we can let it heal. Yes, Tiffany Romney. I was talking to a different Tiffany. Yes. However, if it fits you, then great. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Around my home said, curious if I need to look for other or new work for more income going forward or just continue the current path. Thanks for the singing bowl. Loved it. You're so welcome. And thanks for being here. I feel like there has to be more work. I do. I I mean, you can stay on the current path that you're on, but I suspect that there needs to be some kind of, uh, supplementation to your income in some way. Even if it's just something that you do from home, I suspect you'll be working for someone else, but doing from home. I don't feel like this is an everyday thing, but I feel like there's some supplementation of your income. Okay, here's the whole message. Sorry. The whole message is that if you'll supplement your income and bring a little more money in, it's going to make what you're doing now, your current efforts, more successful because you will be in a better place with money. So it'll be easier to attract more work, more people, more of the same. So, yes. Sorry, that was a roundabout way to get to an answer. Kylie said, thank you. I feel like my mental health and physical happiness have been compromised lately, not only with her, but relationship wise too. Yeah, I'm sorry, babe. Well, and I want you, Kylie, to consider whether or not maybe you're going through some depression. I suspect that you are. And if you haven't already reached out to your doctor, I want you to do that and just work on it. You've had some big blows this last year, and that sometimes can trigger a little of that. And hey, maybe right now calls for a med adjustment or a med in general, or just a little extra help. Do it. You owe yourself that. You get to have that. Okay. All right. Darn it, guys. I ran out of time. I wanted to pull a few more cards, but we're not going to get there. I got to get out of Lisa's way. So, you guys, thanks for being here. Don't forget, I am a professional psychic advisor over at 12listen.com. That's number one, number two, listen.com. You can find me over there every single day doing readings, healings, animal communication, mediumship. I'll help you in whatever way that I can. So come see me over there if I can be of assistance to you. And of course, I'll be back next week. So you have been listening to The Katie Weaver Show here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.